States of America. Welcome to the first playoff in Deathmatch Nations Cup. USA against Canada. The C team of the US though. So it is Maldhar leading the Canadians with the Georgians from the flank. In the pocket they have NuclearPasta, pocket galore with the Gujaras, and on the other side Peon is playing the Vietnamese, profiting from the Gujara bonus of quicker elephant production, but not making elephants. Well, two stables are at least planned. Peon's Vietnamese will go against Breeze, who's starting strong with the Slavs. In the pocket for the US boys, there's VVarPath with Turk Pocket going instant CA. Okay? Instant CA against Camels? Not too sure about that. And on the left side, we've got Ranger with the Malians. Trying to rush with the Slav advantage. They will be against the Georgians though. Georgians already have a castle up for Maldhar. Not too many kills. CA start. Maxi Mech check vibes by VVarPath. VVarPath is known as the master cook in this tournament though. So maybe that all makes more sense than I think right now. Kind of 1 counters 3, 3 counters 2, 2 counters 1 things killer. Okay. Big battles here on the left side. Maldhar not getting that much out. 30 pop actually only for Maldhar, going for lots of castles. Playing very defensive. On the right side, Slavs vs Vietnamese. That should be a tough one for Vietnamese. Depending maybe on Bombard Cannon micro. They are being made at the back for Peon, who's also interested in his lake and setting up trade early. NuclearPasta also with the early markets in the middle. We're on Golden Lakes and not that much played map, but lots of gold in the middle. Actually, in the absolute middle, it's kind of empty. Gold seems to be more around the middle. Usually the more important tiles. Anyways, hi green dude, prediction is up as well. You can gamble on game 1. The first playoff game in the round of 16 of Deathmatch Nations Cup. Armies 2v2 on the left side. USA team looking relatively stable. I think the Canadians, especially after they beat UKA, should be a bit favored here. The Easy is also in the US team. Ranger and VVarPath, yeah, maybe a bit stuck on this, on these tree lines. But Maldhar still not that much pop out. Pasta having to support a lot here. Pasta already completely out of gold though. Elephant archers and camels on the fields. The Turks seem to be holding really well because Pasta is just playing his side, not really playing the pocket v pocket that you could do here with the Gujaras. No mix in of riders as well. The Cav archers are doing fine. Elephant archers should also be a counter to them. Same as SO. Warpers losing quite some Cav archers. 2 big shots of the Canadian captain. How's it looking on the other side? Breeze is preparing a push, but he's pushing with a lot of scorpions, and that's easy to counter with bombard cannons. Siege onagers a bit harder for bombard cannons because they can shoot back, and they do. And quite some bombard cannons go down for Team Canada. Peon seems to be the only one with fishing ships on oysters on the lakes for that quick gold eco. You please have to frost me as well. It's way too hot. Pasta and Maldhar have gained position on the left side now. Where did the army go? Well, some is going back, some is chilling here. I think the Cav archers, did they all die? There's only 18 left. Must have missed that a little bit. Probably some big shots coming in. I think it's just the elephant archers, right? Being so hard to be countered. No, I think there were some big shots. Oh, everything is clumped up here and getting surrounded by the camels. So nice jump by NuclearPasta and even killing all the SO of Ranger now. Big trouble for Canada for USA. on the left side. Canada pushing in there. But maybe Breeze, all the Scorpions against the Bombard Cannons aren't really doing too much. We are trying to run in early trade for Canada. Canada, very economy-focused team. Always love to play a bit defensive, set up their trade, and then raid a lot. That's kind of the Maldhar style of captaining. But does your captain have terrible micro? He's the captain for the strategies, I thought, not for the execution. Trade is very forward here as well. I guess that's kind of a feature of the map, right? Can't really. That would be shorter, then that's the long trade. But that also means the elephant archers are kind of sitting in it. Between the castles, they can do that even for a while. Maldhar has built up a big Monaspa mass. Will he just take out castles with Monaspa now in the middle? No, he goes back. Was thinking about maybe saving the other flank here. As the Vietnamese of Pion are struggling a bit. It's a thin line until the trade, but it's not many trebuchets for Breeze. Only 2 more coming now. So very slow push, maybe a little bit too slow, because Canada is making progress on the left side. Turks, yeah, old schoolers really wanted that one. Blue especially. See if it's a trap or if they can use them to their benefit. VVarPath, not that much of an old schooler. And he doesn't seem to be using them as perfectly as maybe a Brewwood. But push a bit stopped here. Slavs of Breeze still trying to make some progress. Trap amount really isn't that high. We've saved up quite a bit of elephants. They get produced quicker because the Vietnamese have a Gojara ally. Have it is in front, kind of pushing that back here. No, just because Cavachers were very meta. He played CA opening even with Koreans for a while, for example. Holding Priest back pretty well. Pasta also now coming to help with some elephant archers. They're pushing in the middle. I don't like that angle at all by Canada. Could have kept pushing here. Instead they're pushing uphill. But I guess there is the goal. There is trade though. It is exposed on this map, as you can see how forward the trade lines are. So maybe getting into the trade just from the high ground would have been like a thing. Guess this is all shutting down a bit of their gold production, at least VVarPaths. Well, Breeze is still taking some there. Breeze is not pushing anymore though. Pion and Pasta have a combined double elephant army on the right side or to stabilize versus the Slav. Pasta feels like he has elephant archers everywhere. All the cav archers are being shot even by the downhill elephant archers. Weirdly calm on the left side where the Canadian team was pushing before, but they actually managed even from under the hill with enough trebuchets and enough elephant archers to clear out all the castles that VVarPath had set up towards the middle. Now the elephant archers are walking up that hill. Well, I get so sleepy, it's too hot. Otter defense in place though. Ranger nicely has repositioned his army to stop this push. Now Breeze is getting pushed back on the right side, however. Around 150 pop for most of the US team. Pretty close to 200 pop for Team Canada. All of the players. Pasta got bombed a bit, yeah. Citron just stabilizing the middle. These castles look very ugly under the hills. Citron just even trying to fight them. Not sure that's too wise. Maldhar has now changed the angle, is pushing for the trade corner on the left. Ranger trying to react to that with Farimba Camels. Of the Valiants. Keller's thinking he's fully asleep because he has to play so early against the Australians. Oh, correct terrain below the hill. Yeah, true. It's also correct terrain. Well, we're trying to make one uphill now. And that does work. USAC parts the GG, more so because Maldhar was pushing on even ground on the left side though, and kind of killed the trade here. Yeah, there's no trade anymore for the US team, and Breeze was also getting pushed back on the right side. 1-0 in favor of Canada. Most kills for Maldhar, actually. I'm kind of surprised by that, but he was playing a lot of SO. Where's JadeArrow? He was benched, I guess. He was in chat. Maybe not using one of their strongest assets, but seeing that he's disappeared from chat, he will probably play game 2. Breeze was most the rest collected, but I think made too many Scorpions against Vietnamese who, with bombard cannons, have a counter to that unit that is not as effective versus Siege Rangers. So I think, yeah, with a more SO heavy push, maybe Breeze could have decided the game on his side in his favor, but the Scorpions, Pion was able to defend. Oh, there's a scoreboard in that now. I don't like that. I have my own scoreboard. Can we delete that? I guess we can just delete the scoreboard, right? Yeah. So let's cross off some civilizations. Canada with the lead, and Slavs already gone for the US team, same as the controversial Turks. And then we had Vietnamese. No, Vietnamese was on the other side. Malians being used, right? All Team Canada used Turks, no, they didn't use Turks. Gosh, I'm so confused. They used Vietnamese, Georgians, and pocket was Gujarat, so high pocket invest out of Team Canada. Which does, however, give them the win on the first map for Team Maldhar. And I wanted to take a look at the player roster of USAC. It is the biggest team in the tournament. They have 8 players. And VVarPath, JadeArrow, and Breeze. Yeah, that's what I thought would be their top lineup. So Ranger, late game 1 played fine. Holding against 2 there. Kind of with VVarPath support though. And let's see if we see Jade for game 2. I'm dozing off, guys. I practiced a lot and now it's so hot. I hope it gets cold soon, man. My brain is being fried in the heat. We're in lobby, we're going to Runestones. So a classic coming up for game 2, selected by Team Murika. So, which civs might we see on Runestones, guys? What do you think? least I don't stream with webcam. Slav lith for both, says Killer. That is impossible. Because Team USA has already used Slavs. Oh, maybe I need a co-caster to stay awake. Ella, do you have time? Oh, shit. I'm just lucky I'm not gamer and so there's no clips of me falling asleep. You asleep as well, man? Yeah, it's hot, man. You do. Or at least in the morning when you play it will be cold, alright? I do. Starting on to Rune Stones. Caster will try to wake up. Because it's the first playoff match. But someone just broke out here. And we have started. Let's go. We don't see any Slavs. But we do see Ethiopians, for example, for Maldhar. Lithuanians, indeed, for Canada as well. And Malians now for them. Georgians, Teutons, Gujaras. That's quite some big guns coming out for the US team. And about the other pools? Oh, why? Why would I rant? Welcome to game 2 between USA and Canada. Canada in the lead, now playing the Ethiopians, and that's a super close spawn on the left side. That's so dangerous for Maldhar. Greece has Georgians, and they basically spawn on top of the Ethiopians. That can be really tough for Ethiopians. They don't have treadmill crane. They're going for camels. It's not great camels. Greece is trying to kill a villager here. We need to quickly watch that side. We've got JadeArrow with Teutons against the Malians on the other side. So there could be also a rush of the Malians onto the Teuton perhaps. Chicken Castle at the front is very far out for JadeArrowGamer, who's playing a untypical color for him. And in the pocket we've got Gujaras, also really fast for the US team. Meeting the Lithuanians already with a monastery for hunting those relics. Where are the step lancers? The step lancers are defending against the camels. Oh Lord have mercy. Is Maldhar rushing down Georgians with Ethiopians? What the hell? What was offensive? Ah, everyone over the earth to 35. So I guess by that logic I'm playing with 3. Maldhar is doing really well here. VVarPath is now joining with his own camels. Maybe together they can do some damage. If it's just Georgians as a siege grenadier civ though, then like a Ethiopian siege help, or that's fine. I guess we'll. So camel, they get their extra bonus at least. Greece has lost 3 villagers in the rush, not what I would have expected from a close gen between Georgians and Ethiopians. Camel start probably smart move by Maldhar. Headings for the Lithuanians coming in, collected 1 relic so far. On the right side, pretty passive game, and I don't think that's the kind of game Malians want to play here. With lots of Geppetto that are very endangered against all the melee armor and siege onagers by Jade, so like the position maybe suffice for Jade there, and the position in the game because the Mayans didn't find damage. Similar story on the other side where the faster Sylph didn't find much damage though. And that is a lot of step lancers that aren't too useful anymore. Breeze has 2 castles up. Only 2 siege workshops though. Where are the rocket cards? Isn't Maldhar 65 and playing full 2 though? VVarPath helping out with archery range units again. And Iron Pagoda. Iron Pagoda doing well here. Alright, Iron Pagoda push back everything. Maldhar might be in trouble here. Siege onagers are being stored in the siege workshops as the Iron Pagoda do a run in, followed by the Elephant Archers. What's going on the right side? Pion trying to snipe siege. Lots of champions for the Teutons. I think Halberdiers would make a bit more sense than all this champion army. I guess it's fine against camels. But the pocket is making cavaliers, so the the Teuton champs not really that convincing, making more champions. He does have 40 Halberdiers. They're not really with the siege archers though. Need to kind of get in there. At least the elephant archers are nicely positioned on both sides, and the camels nicely positioned in the trade for VVarPath. So looks like a good game by VVarPath, and they are combined pushing on the left side into Maldhar's Ethiopians as well. Metatonic Knight, caves. I think helps would be the call here. But yeah, should be capes at least instead of champions, I guess. Tech grounds on the Lydes. They are trying to run in. Lydes also joining from the back. And yeah, well, champions not really convincing. I mean, ETK do nothing against the pocket Lydes anyways, so I think Halberdiers is a more important option there. But the Elephant Archer Ball is growing and doing well for VVarPath on the left side. And he is able to push into his opponent here with the Iron Pagoda there to snipe the siege as well. Castles going down for Maldhar. Canada might be in trouble here. Not looking too great for Maldhar on the left side. Maldhar defeated? Not quite yet. Pasta has his Lydes masked there. Has his Lydes masked up. Very, very strong unit from the pocket. We've seen the Lydes enabling Canada to come back in games where they were struggling before. Not sure they can do the thing on the left side though. Iron Pagoda should also cancel one of their melee attacks. Elephant Archers very confidently rolling in for a raid for VVarPath. Maybe a bit too early. Camels and Halberdiers are there. And can surround them and clear them up. Yeah, oh boy, that was expensive. That was expensive for VVarPath. That might be a mistake that could cost him the game. The Elephant Archers now not here to help the push of Breeze anymore because they were yeeted into a trade to not find any value. So that is a bit worrying for Team USA. Otherwise looking solid for them. Gonna put 10k instead of 1k on which team though? Let me check. On Canada, alright. Believing in the comeback. Now we've got 11k on the other side though. Green Dude putting 10k on the US of A. As they are pushing on the right side now as well. JadeArrowGamer with the plays. Here comes the Lydes. Try to split. Jade just doesn't shoot into the split, but the lighters just slick themselves through, slide through the Halberdiers and get all the Siege Ranger kills. Will therefore slow down the American push on the right side. Breeze still going strong though, has the Grenadiers, has the accompanying units for them as well. The odds might be safe, but you might still lose your point scaler, because I think USA is looking very nice here. And Team Canada might lose game number 2, and we would have ourselves a series. Maldhar needs to start camping. What is this? He's trying to fight instead. You want him to sit all his units here probably, in order to spare them. Grenadiers doing the damage. 28 kills on them. For Breeze, VVarPath and JadeArrowGamer. That is probably the top lineup for Team USAC, and it is doing well. Imagine USAC beats Canada, even though Canada has beaten the UK. Would be kind of wild. Obviously, something also gonna happen tomorrow. In Team GB versus us. USAC bigger than GBA would be really funny. Yep. Double forward castle for JadeArrowGamer. Lots of map control for the US team. Forward castles kind of staring in the middle, but on both sides, advantage USA. Iron Pagodas rolling forward for the siege. Maldhar doesn't seem to have much anymore. And in the north, the forward Teuton castles are up. Really hard to beat. Peon also pushed to the edge of the map. And this is looking very, very tough for Team Canada. They had insane comebacks before, but will this be another one? Certainly will need to be a comeback. Because there's a clear lead for the US team. Resource looking good for them as well. Resources a lot lower for Team Canada. And Canada losing even to the C team of the USA. That would be big news, and they're getting a little bit closer because Canada calls the GG, and we have ourselves a series in the first playoff match of Deathmatch Nations Cup. USAC takes the game on Runestones versus Canada. Runestones, the underdog map this tournament, right? UKB dominating on Runestones, USAC dominating on Runestones. Seems to be like the good map for the B and C teams actually, to take it on the most standard of maps here. Very high Civ Invest by them though, Jurchens and Gujaras, and a bit of lower down civs for the Canadians, even though Lithuanians, probably one of the best pocket civs, so that one cost significant amounts. 1-1 in this set. USAC bigger than GBA on Runestones confirmed. True that. VVarPath with 31k res collected. VVarPath played a really nice pocket game here. Turns out if his Cav Archers units have a lot more HP, he tends to lose less and can carry more. The raid was a bit too optimistic though, so truly we have to say that Jade did really well with the Teutons. Also not taking any early damage. I think Peon needed to play a bit more aggressive there. And Breeze with a beastly play, taking out Maldhar on the left, even though there was some 2v2. And Jade had to mainly play the right side, so Maldhar was a bit alone against two. Has to be added. Hemmelschau. Minus, is that even minus 7k? I think that's a minus 14k joke. Especially because you've already made it 5 times. JadeArrowGamer, best SO micro after Frost. SO micro maybe, help micro to support the CA. Not as much. And I'm not sure I even went full champion there with the Teutons. But, well, they won. Teutons and Jurchens and Gujaras, though massive civ invest for USAC to get this one. On the other side, Ethiopians, Lithuanians got some invest. But Malians maybe not as high as well. More top pro civs left for Canada. That's what they can be happy about. But not sure how happy they are with a 1-1 scoreline. And Keller will lose his misclicked 10,000 puntos. Jag is so micro. Okay, fair. Yeah, that given the TDM history, that's a perfect correction. Home map won by Team USAC. USAC bigger than Keller. Well, it's in between games. Perfect time for ads, man. And we are going to Coast to Mountain as the next one. Coast to Mountain civilizations. Well, we're probably gonna see some Persians. Do you like war elephants? Because if you do, you will enjoy the next game. Tusky tells me there's no way to beat Persians with pool 3 civs on... What? Pool 3 has Saracens, Aurico. Why would there be no way? Pool 3 is kind of supposed to win Coast to Mountain against Pool 2, I would say. Oh, that's a weird take. I question his wisdom. Yeah, maybe late addition to the tournament. I don't know. But Tusky was Keller's scholar, so that's an indirect L for Keller by that take, I would say. But let's see the civilizations for game 3. A bit less important than it was in the best of 5s. And we do have the double Persian. We do see the Italians once more for the water side. We do see Teutons up top, so pretty much a group stage lineup for the Team Canada. Pasta is playing Dravidians instead on water though. And it will be Ethiopians for Jade now, so yeah, Ethiopians can have a nice matchup against Teutons. So that's fine. Decent enough. I would say they are decent enough. And welcome back, guys. We're perfectly in time for game 3. You didn't miss anything with those ads. And if you don't do 3 minutes of ads per hour on Twitch, then there's pre-rolls. Which means everybody who tunes in has to watch a 30-second ad. And I don't tune into streams with pre-rolls, and I think many other people don't either. So that would be terrible. And seeing the finals. Okay, someone's confident. Hi Ganji, you can do caravanserai checks here. We've got double Persian on Coast to Mountain. So we'll be looking out for those buildings. Boomstick has a good opinion on that as well. Basically, Boomstick has only good opinions, right? That's why donjons are allowed in the tournament. And let's go for the game 3 on Coast to Mountain Elephant Parade. Not creme brulee. Canada. Honestly, I don't know. I think creme brulee is pretty good. Welcome to game 3 between USAC and Canada. Super serious caster here, I know. Breeze playing the Italians on the water side. Then it is VVarPath, the famous elephant that him and Strike Muffin love. So VVarPath in the middle. And we've got JadeArrowGamer at the top side for the US team with the Ethiopians. On the side of Creme Brulee, we have Maldhar playing as the Blue Teutons, Peon as the Elephant Civ, the Persians in the middle, and to the south we have Dravidians played by Nuclear Creme Brulee. They are going for the docks. Villagers might be sniped here, no wall in there. So early damage found by VVarPath Hussar. That villager in danger as well. Here comes Jade's Hussar as well. Oh my lord, I like the opening for the US team. What's happening to Team Canada? Only one dock up for them. On the other hand side, 0 docks up though. So did they do counter damage? No, I feel like the Breeze is just a bit late to go to the docks. Only villager arriving. Now there's a problem. How far it looks like poutine, the dish, not the Russian. Well, poutine would be a Canadian national dish, so I guess that fits. Or at least the Quebecois national dish was fits to Mida, so I guess we leave the creme brulee / poutine up there for now. As the water, kind of maybe the soup, maybe the poutine, is one for the Canada so far. Still no dock up for Breeze. We have a little bit of trouble around the top side. Helvety raids! That won't be all that important, but strong water start by NuclearPasta. All that raiding and they don't even get onto water. Yeah, where's the Will? The Will was just sent too late, right? So the one dock that Pasta got up, kind of with ships, is denying everything. Units are panicking around these docks. Castle also being built here, not on the water to secure it. Insta-loss for the USA on water. Canada rules the waves. It's a Commonwealth nation after all. And armies will now be combined at the top. Elephants in queue for both the Persian players. Lots of camels being done before that. On the other hand side, only some Savars, so will be more elephants for Peon. And Control looking solid on the water. What is Breeze gonna do now? Will he pivot to just making Genbos? He's pivoting to just making Genbos along the south though. So not where the elephants might go. Actually, Peon's elephants are going to the south. So that's exactly where the elephants are going. As VVarPath is trying to raid in the south. Hela doesn't like the camels. Lots of camels as well, right? And they get cleaned up by the Dravidian Woods Steel Infantry. As I'm very sad that Breeze didn't get onto water. I wanted to see Thyria die. And by Breeze not getting his docks up, we got thwarted off the chance to see Thyria die. So, yeah, unhappy about that. Ethiopian siege army is being gathered in the north though for JadeArrowGamer. Shoots 5 of his own units to kill 2 of Maldhar's. Oi oi oi. Now will be a bit of a calmer, longer game because it is coast to mountain. Units rolling forward. Lots of land armies standing next to the water for Breeze. Doesn't he need hikes? He did start with hikes. They killed a few villagers. I think he deleted the hikes now because they are useless. Bombard cannons trying to fight the cannon game. By the way, there's a lot of people in front of my house. Can you hear that, or is it filtering it out properly? For me it's pretty loud, but I'm sure if it's reaching the stream. I don't really want to close the window because it's so hot. Can't hear shit? Nice. Then I can let the window open and have fresh air. Woohoo! If I had to close it would have been terrible. When is Pakistan playing? I don't know. Maybe chat can help you out. Big elephant mess up in the southern area. Elephant versus elephant. We're ignoring the wood side. Ignoring the top instead. Both elephant armies are here in the south. Big push for VVarPath together with Breeze. How much elephants do we have? 70 elephants to 70 elephants. So even though he did so many camels, VVarPath actually fine on the military count. They have a little more pop for land compared to the team that won water in the Canadians. They are just pre-making safe markets, so no shenanigans in the corner. This is a big push. The Genbos are also a pretty good support unit against the opposing elephants. And this is looking scary for Canada. Jade is very stable in the north as well, clears some bombard cannons, has a lot of siege at the back, but this is a scary push. Parts of Pasta's base are going down. Imagine USA have a 2-1 lead here over Canada. USA C! It's the third strongest team from the US only. And they are looking fantastic against Canada, who beat one of the top teams in groups. 30 Scorpions. No Scorpions on the other side. 5 SO in queue. All of Maldhar's SO are in the north. They have nothing to kill the siege or the Genbos with. Holy darn! A southern 2-player push of Italians and Persians. Not something, I guess, losing the water might have helped Team USAC. Still, it's a lot of elephants for Peon with the Scorpions behind, though. Feels like it's a stronger army for the US boys, as VVarPath is attempting a masterpiece attack here together with Breeze. Siege Rangers of Maldhar had to come down. Should make life easier for Jade in the north, who's still forgotten to move his siege forward though, so Maldhar fine. And can maybe, yeah, can clear up everything. No, nothing to the back of the trebuchets. Maldhar comes to save the day. The trebuchets, the Scorpions, everything gets flattened by Maldhar's. It isn't the cavalry that's riding in, it's the siege onager that's riding in to save the day for Team Canada. And the siege onagers of Maldhar, hero play of the Canadian captain to save the game 3. Some onagers by NuclearPasta now as well, so they have double onagers. Elephants, reinforcements are coming forward for VVarPath. Breeze is retreating his army. Wisely so, doesn't stand a chance against all those siege onagers. Still some ships by NuclearPasta that could be deleted. Big fishing economy going for the gold there. Forward castles, forward shenanigans are starting. Breeze actually got a dock up, has 3 fire ships in there. Will not be enough though. Is starting to lose castles. Now with Maldhar's attention in the south, can Jade make something happen? Would like to see more forward buildings from him. He has the stone, he has the wood. Could build more forward, could build the granulation castles perhaps. Trebuchet barrage, they are just in defense for Team Canada. Camping nearly cost Canada the game here. Feel like you could have written that sentence with even more C's. And yeah, good reminder by the bot, this is a community funded event, even though we've got so many big names in. The prize pool is only at $500, which I feel is too low. And you can be the one to change it. Every small thing counts. If you donate like, I don't know, $5. It's a community funded event, right? So if everybody does like $2 or $3, 20 people do $2 or $3, we're already a big step further. Canada does not get tired of Maldhar and camping jokes. Is it a joke? I feel like that could have been more of a joke. He included more C's in his message. It's for Suki. German rapper references. But why? Canada came close to camping core cosplay. we're getting there. Canada came close to camping core cosplay. Oh, I should have said it though. But it doesn't make much sense with the core cosplay. Doesn't say it costing them the game anymore. Breeze is going Italian monks! Monkas! Are we getting relics? No. For converting the elephants. Just happen to stand around the relic. VVarPath with good elephant mounts again. Pasta attacking the monasteries. What's happening up top? Maldhar is using trebuchets. Very close game here on coast to mountain. Sure, there is the water control for the Canadians. Pian has a lot of gold actually. Maldhar has a lot of gold. NuclearPasta's gold bank. Everybody has tons of resources though. Wood a bit low for the Persian perhaps, but does he really need the wood? I guess he's making scorpions. And Pasta is being a nuisance from the water. This is gonna be a wood game. Luckily I woke up a little more, I think. Maybe I can survive it. So I tend to agree with Keller that this might go quite long. Give me Rodney on flank and I'ma clap that Canadian team on this. Yes, Admiral. No, you cannot because you're in the Silver League. Because you failed against Switzerland. So you will not get to play with Team Canada. Canada's core camping comes in costly. Yeah, progress is being made. Can't call contest containing Canada because Canada can't crush C convincingly. Why can they not crush a C? Can't crush candy convincingly? There you go. I made it better. Can't call contest containing Canada because Canada can't crush candy convincingly. So then you're basically insulting them that they're bad at Candy Crush. And as if playing Candy Crush wasn't bad enough already, playing it and sucking at it, even worse. You say C? Yeah, but I don't know, just saying C. Can't crush C teams convincingly would work? You know, not just C. Can't call a contest containing Canada because Canada can't crush C teams convincingly. That would work. Caravanserai. Maybe can't call a contest containing Canada because Canada can't create Caravanserai convincingly. But Canada can create Caravanserai convincingly. Caravanserai convincingly created. How's it looking for USAC? I have Caravanserai as well. Canadian Candy Crush players or CCCP for short. VVarPath and Jade now combined their armies and want to push up top. I like that a lot. We've got 3 trebuchets aiming to take down the Teuton Castle. Ethiopians still no forward structures though, right? So much gap here in the middle without any forwards, but we had a great shot. All the scorpions of Maldhar in the damn hell. This is giving Canada some momentum. They are also, well, Breeze is more containing this push. VVarPath actually sending elephants down here to eliminate the forward. Pasta has castled around all these gold and little wood area as well. Breaking, scorpions now extinct. World rejoices. Infantry rejoices at least. I don't think the siege manager world cares much. Wasser doing good with Eli spread. Famous Eli spread. It's good on toaster here. Fishing ship attack! Woo! Attack your oyster! The world is my oyster, not your oyster! And Bree says, that's my oyster! We draw a line here! I draw a line not in the sand, but a line in the water here! I'm gonna make docks now! I'm gonna make fast fires, but he's too pop capped, so he can't. Water gonna be lost. Well, Water access at least regained for Team USA, but they lost the Northern Army. And Canada is on the pushback. Scorpions by far not extinct. They are still a nuisance. They are still forward for Maldhar, the Sea Drunner population. The Sand might not care, but the elephants are taking them out. Peon going for a raid. Of course, Team Canada has a good push opportunity, but then does... Oh, let's raid! You know? What's even better than pushing? Raiding! Woo, woo! Jade with the quick walls! Villagers don't wanna, okay. Another quick wall goes up. Next one here, next one here, next one here, next one here. Jade had better things to do. But that means the elephants are in the trade. There's no castle here, so that could be trouble for Team USA. Blue elephants, Teutonic elephants have entered the field as well as by the monks. More cannons came, water has been regained. Southern corner is cleaned, but I think that was too much elephant spread. I think Brisolyn just fought that alone, and VVarPath needed to stay up top. So actually the elephant spread wasn't the wisest idea. Of castles on the coast. Canadian castles. Course the coastline. USA trying to get another army together to stop the advance of Team Canada up top. And I like this move, Genbo now joining to help against the elephants on the main battlefield. Costly coastal castles, coast to coast, but not coast to mountain. Theory, should I? Why? Why did we make Theory, should I don't know, but we see them. They can be converted. Converted castles, cruise the coastline, converted cruisers. I don't know. Converted cruisers cost quintillions. Converted cruisers cost quintillions. I know the last one isn't a sea, but it sounds like a sea. That's good enough. How's Canada so good on the map? They have a lot of coast. And the US team is confused because as this is per definition the top on RMS scripts, it's the southern coast. And the Americans only know east coast and west coast, so they can't deal with south coast. I mean, they can try calling it Gulf of America, but the rest of the world won't believe that. Sea Dronagers behind elephants, torsion engines, Sea Dronagers is quite a nice unit for Jade. And normal Sea Dronagers wouldn't have gotten all the villagers there. Castle denied for now. There actually is a huge hilltop here on the map, so it's a bit fighting from lower elevation here. This is a good spot to stabilize on for Team Canada. Good position for them to hold. This castle will be denied again though. Good for USAC, exactly. Well, it's more the Gulf of Canada though. Fish traps! Ganji, are you still here? What do you think about these fish traps? Well, at least we're using the fishing ships. They're less vulnerable than on the shore. Costly castle getting crushed for Canada? It has been candied. I don't know. We have to be candid about it, right? Reminds me of a show of the UK. Come dine with me. Hey, I don't know that show. wood-hungry JadeArrow. He's playing the wood game. Paladin is a new unit in the north for Maldhar. How are the elephant counts? Are the Persians getting enough sling? Can they delete villagers? VVarPath received 9k, also sent 4k. Pure received 34k, so better job at slinging the Persian by Team Canada. Where are the elephants for VVarPath? He's going to the south. Oh, that's a problem. I'm not sure it really needs elephants to clean this up. And they will walk so far. They are not the fastest, my man. Caravanserai check was done already. Canada. Oh, what was my C things with the Caravanserai? Canada clearly created Caravanserai coast to coast. And the other team did too. Elephants in the south. I don't know, man. Feels like a programmed loss of the most important area here up top. Also Jade and VVarPath with a lot of forward farming there, as they didn't have that much space in their base. Speaking of space in their base, this Caravanserai might not be perfectly placed. It's trying to act as a mill, but there's a difference. The mill starts with M. Ram push by Peon into the farmland. Genbo's even here. The elephants down south. I think the other way around would be better. We need the elephants up top for the USA team. Why would you abandon the top to stop an army with 0 traps? Keller is asking questions that I am not able to answer. Maybe they just like to raid, I don't know. Seems like a big blunder by VVarPath. Ooh! And JadeArrow shoots all the Genbos of Breeze. As they have problems with the elephants of the Canadians up top now, because all their elephants are doing jack shit here. Wandering from here to there to there. Breeze calls the GG. Good game by USA. See, they certainly had chances here, but a huge blunder by VVarPath at the very end costs them their chances. Would like to see more forward buildings as well from USAC up top. Something that Canada did a lot better once they eventually got to their nice castle spam by Maldhar. Also some forward production and castle for Peon. And the Teuton castle chain accompanied with having war elephants at the crucial area for them, opposed to them taking a scenic tour all around the map, determined the game. Keller is for a reason on the Glybe quad known as the backseating king, so nobody is surprised by that. I mean, I guess 29 Levi is surprised by that, so I'm not surprised by it. It's more what I should have said. Frost better than Jade. Okay, talking of hot takes, Admiral Zhao. Frost better than you can enter everything, and it would never be a hot take. Ocean Queen A5 instead. GG. Canada takes coast to mountain. Without breaking the Slavs this time, but they already accomplished breaking the Slavs in game 1. KD, best for Peon who had more elephants. VVarPath only slightly positive, made a bit too many camels for my taste, and didn't receive as much sling. Sling quite important in a Persian v Persian game. Pasta actually received sent. Why is it the other way around here? Pasta sent 22k resources to Peon. Nice job by Pasta to prop up the Persian. Prop up the Persian. That's also a nice one. Too many villagers maybe for VVarPath, but that might be a symptom of him not receiving enough sling. And maybe some questionable army movements with that. Breeze, the fastest player in the game, so probably the oldest. Because it seems to be consistent that the highest APM in Deathmatch are being had by the players who are playing this game for the longest time and who are on Earth for the longest time. 2-1 in favor of Team Canada, but a really good fight in Game 3 by the US team. Both Persians were used, then we saw Italians for USA and Ethiopians for USA. Students being used by Canada alongside the Dravidians. Remaining maps: Team Islands, Outcrop, Vinland Saga, and Canyon Lake. His 2 home maps have been won. Well, Canada should be out of elixirs by now. They are. No. USA still has Vietnamese, still has Dravidians. Different kinds of elephants, but they count. And we move on to Game 4, which will be on Vinland Saga, the selected map. So might see some rush reserves. Georgians still available for Canada. Slavs still available for Canada to speed up their Georgians, perhaps. I can see Georgian and Slav flanks here for Canada to make it to match point. On the other side, Huns can also be used. Both teams still have Huns. Time for Inka Muisca Maya. Let's go. Who? I don't know why the jar was timeouted, but please no spoilers about the other sets of today. Ranger, War, and Breathe play, they can rush hard. Yeah, Jade probably not the rushiest player, but it is Jade, VVarPath, and Breeze again. Isn't doing anything? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just trusting my mods. You know? Eagle screeches and explosions in the background. I guess that's a way to cheer for the US of A. Aluminum. Aluminum versus aluminium. Do Canadians say aluminium? Do Canadians say it correctly? I guess the Commonwealth influence might be strong enough, so they don't have to say aluminum. Vinland Saga has started though. So let's see what civilizations the teams are offering. Oh, we're taking the lead for Team Canada so far, and they will field Georgians, Slavs, and Georgians, Slavs, Turks, Turk Pocket. Okay, well, it doesn't cost much food, I guess, but Pocket can farm a bit. And we've got quite a rushy lineup for the US boys. Tatars, Khitans, and Huns. Double Step Lancer. Tatar Pocket, Khitan, and Hun Flex. Huns feels unlucky here, because it's Camel. Well, it's Camel Slav. But yeah, it's a bit counterserves to the Huns, maybe. They expected that. It's not really Camel Huns, right? It's actually Georgians. Can't Huns maybe overrun Georgians? I mean, not having... Only if the Georgian overinvests into Step Lancers. I don't think Maldhar does that. Maldhar usually playing more defensively. Everyone says it correctly except USA, obviously. Sometimes there's some other countries who do things like the US. Huns get clapped by Grenadier, no? I mean, You would need to certainly win before Grenadier and Siege is masked. But let's go in. Should I do creme brulee again? No, I think this time I will do the proper Canada flag. Maybe I should make the United States a dessert. But I only have these two pictures, so let's go for Vinland Saga in the north. Maldhar with the Jurchens is playing against VVarPath Kitans, so not versus the Huns. On the other side, Breeze's Huns will go against Pion's Slavs. Slavs don't take treadmill crane, even though they speed everybody up. Pasta as a Turk pocket, and JadeArrow as a Tatar pocket. Maldhar already with the first kill on the Kitans of VVarPath. VVarPath playing flank for the first time. Jade pocket. Playing Tatars on the flattest map. There's some elevation in the middle. It's actually not that flat. Actually does have quite some hills. The Kitans get buffed. I thought they were one of the worst DMCs. No, people warmed up to them. Don't think they even got any relevant buffs. Or did they get treadmill crane at one point? I used to ask for them to get treadmill crane, I think. Oh no, I wanted Chu to get treadmill crane. Yeah, kind of fine. Camel trap's not something we ever see though. More the camels that regenerate in combat is pretty solid. They have step lances, which is pretty solid. And the unique unit is a lot better than people thought at first, combined with heavy rocket cards. That VVarPath being besieged a little bit. What are the Huns doing? The Huns are trying to rush. One kill for Breeze so far. Very far out castles for Pion though. It's risky. Where are the Cav Archers? Where are the Cav Archers? Breeze! Earth to Breeze! His rangers weren't producing anything. Oh my lord. And then against Slavs. If he was just producing the Cav Archers, he could have stopped the castles. Well, he kind of stopped that castle anyways. Oh, Breeze forgetting to produce CA could be huge here. That means these castles could still go up, even though he's doing a great job with the Paladin to stop them. Only one villager building this one. This one is entirely stopped, so good rush, even though he forgot the CA. Now the CA, can they come in time? Can they come in time? They can snipe a villager. They can snipe a villager. Pion loses the front villager. No castle up on Vinland Saga for the Slavs. Lots of halberdiers out for them though, and it's a hard double rush here. It's a hard double attack by Pasta, and Maldhar has the Grenadiers forward already. Kitans look a bit in shambles. Jade is going Cav Archers, which is very late. Did he go Cav Archer opening? Oh my god, you can't do that in pocket here. You had camels to stop the step lancers and you're opening CA. What is this opening by Jade? Oh! They had a chance here, but too many Titanic choices by Team USA. Breeze forgetting to produce Cav Archers. JadeArrow forgetting to produce anything but Cav Archers. And they leave poor VVarPath out to dry. He's trying to go for those Liao Dao. The Cav Archers are now here. I guess now they're pretty solid against all units. No rocket cards inside for Maldhar. He's going quick Grenadier push. And what do Sils do with Grenadiers was one of the questions that we asked. We only have one Siege Workshop up, so rocket cards won't be there that soon. Now it is a lot of Cav Archers for Jade, taking out Pasta's Cav Archers with the extra armor. Pasta also on the other side though with the Turk Cav Archers to stop the Huns. Quite a nice matchup for Turks going into Huns, because they also can't onager them. And the Slavs will provide the onagers. Breeze has a forward base. Breeze is looking to trap Pion. Pion is still only on a starting island, so Pion is in trouble, but VVarPath is in bigger trouble. He's basically lost his starting island already. Now Jade with a huge master, attempting to push back here. At least he has the Cav Archers, going pure Cav Archer Keshik. Ignored the camels, but at least now has a strong army and does stabilize the right side. Keller, ban yourself, please. gosh, now Keller can't even ban Admiral Zhao for that anymore because he did it himself. We need more boom guys? They're the boom guys. What do you mean the boom guys? The Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are dying. But the big boom guys are there. The heavy rocket cards have entered the field for Maldhar. Should be good against Jade. Jade is playing on the side so much that it's easy to expand into the middle for NuclearPasta. Pion is kind of pushing back now with the big bada boom machines. Who's in the chat? Why is he miserable? He told everybody to sub so they don't get ads, so I think Boom's living the life here because he has a sub and doesn't get ads. Lots of Cavachers by NuclearPasta. 69! Nice amount of CA for Pasta. And Jades have vanished. Jade down to 9 CA. This is looking dominant for Canada. Pion in some problems. Also causing a lot of very, very minus 7k jokes in chat. I'm surprised anybody's still watching after having to read those. Thanks for staying though, guys. But yeah, the combined army of Turks and Jurchens is doing well here. Obviously Jurchens, a bit of a hack on this map. So tough time for VVarPath and his team. No path to win for USAC. Okay. We're having fun, aren't we? Sipahi CA is so good. Oh, look at that. Sokrainen is still making comments that are not stupid jokes. Let's go, Sokrainen. Sipahi CA are quite good, yeah. And if you have lots of them, that helps against an opponent that's also only making characters. Well, Keller, I'm reacting to your jokes. With visible pain. No, with audible pain. At least that's what I tried. Slavs on this map was brilliant, says Greenwood. Well, wasn't that brilliant for Pakistan, was it? Audited sponsorship, friend. Oh my god. Glad you're having fun, Canada. Canada's having fun too, because the GGs are being called. Breeze doesn't want to believe it yet, because he had Pion on the ropes. But Pion just took large scissors out, cut the ropes and said, I'm free! I'm a free man! I am not a number! I'm a free man! And turns out Breeze is inside a simulation. G to the G, a simulation of Canada winning 3-1 though. And they might be the new number 2. Okay guys, can we make a poll if I should unmod Keller? Just so I can ban him as well. Can I ban people? Can ban mods? I don't think I can ban mods. I think we need a poll if we unmod Keller and perma ban Admiral Zhao for that joke. And yeah, so we need 2 polls on that. Green dude, do your magic. Zero cool agrees. Oh my god. 3-1 for Canada. Is it time for the Canadian anthem again yet? Maybe in one game. There's another Dave raid. I don't think Dave is casting today, unfortunately, though. He would probably spoil the result of the Rex anyways. But we had the Huns not working out for USAC. And we had the Khitans having a rough time. And we have the Tatars going to waste on a relatively flat map. Turk domination! It's worth it in those pools. As we have an old schooler in the team with Pion, who didn't get peed on with the Slavs because he won with them. Did I just say it myself? Okay, we have to make another poll to ban me. And we have Maldhar dominating with the churches. Oh, Canada. Ban Zhao, make Keller channel owner? But they're on the same friggin' side, bro. I mean, I know Keller is making kind of fun of Zhao's joke, but he's also repeating it by that, you know? We're going to Outcrop as the next one. Home map for Canada. So, USA deciding to go for the opponent's home maps. They know they have to win everything now anyways. It is match point for the Canadians to be the first team in the quarterfinals of Deathmatch Nations Cup. Stream drop for anyone else? I hope not. And might have been your internet, yeah. Thanks Barabbas for confirming. So we're all ready for the next one. Not ongoing yet. And we have a... Who should we ban as a prediction? Why is that a prediction? It's supposed to be /poll, agree, dude. People will bet on banning me, but then I don't get banned, so everybody loses their puntos. Because I can't be banned. And I can't even vote. No! Rigged! I'm not sure what you're planning to do with that prediction, Green Dude. There's also a command for a poll, that's the one I meant. But Keller has went all in with 25k on banning me, I guess. So that's how much it is worth for you to take over the channel, all your channel points. Well, after that you don't have channel points anymore, so it actually makes sense to go all in. So, because if you're channel owner, you can't have channel points. You have infinite channel points, I guess. It's a rigged vote. The Americans know how to do that. Ooh, boo 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 boo. The Canadian dish was already too close to getting too political. Just because of how it sounds. You can't vote either, that's illegal. Yeah, because you're Dutch. Okay, I need to get a drink. I'll be right back with game number 4, match point for Canada. And the game has commenced. Outcrop. One game away from Canadian victory. Okay, time to make a eco game for Canada. Italians! Italians? There's Team Islands. Don't you want to use them there, maybe? Italians, Incas, and Khitans for Team Canada. Japanese, Lithuanians, Georgians for the US team. So they could do that. Maybe a game USAC can take, and that's 3-2, and Canada wants to have better serves for the last 2 or 3 games. Last 2 games. Guys, remember, this is freedom of speech, but I can't get freedom after speech. What's the poll going for currently? Oh boy! We're voting for banning Keller, let's go! I'll vote for that as well. And I will set up the flags. They don't overlap anymore, but that is irrelevant on team maps anyways. But let's go. Welcome to game number 5. Match point for Canada, but they don't really want to use it. Maldhar with the Italians will go against VVarPath Trojans. Oh boy. On the left side, we've got Peon as the Incas, whose name we shouldn't mention too often. He's playing against JadeArrowGamer with the Japanese. That's a very tough matchup for the Inca, but the Trumpy actually takes out a Halberdier. VVarPath with 1 eco kill already on to Maldhar. Only pikemen for the Italians. Condos are coming out. VVarPath working on the chicken castle and getting helps himself. Pocket is Kitans for NuclearPasta against the Ranger as the Lithuanian pocket. So when it comes to pocket matchup, that's kind of a decent one for Kitans as far as they can get them. Avatar rushed by the Japanese. No villagers found though. Kamiyuk's already out for Peon. Nice defensive castle setup to get into Kamiyuk's as quick as possible with the Inca civilization. Free lava, let's go. The free lava is more of an annoyance to yourself and your teammates than anything else though in here. Can't flick it up unless you're Dutch. Let's go. Are the Dutch being banned, by the way? Is the poll over yet? I guess it would show me the result of the poll, right? Oh, it's still Keller, banning Keller in the lead. Nobody voting for no one. Turns out we can't ban Keller, and then he bans everybody who voted for banning Keller. That's the obvious outcome, actually. Heavy Scorpions and Champions on the field for the Japanese. Weird pockets of terrain here. Corner being denied by VVarPath, so that's solid. But Maldhar is pushing with the Genvos. Siege Rangers now on the field though. Bombard cannons without siege engineers, not the best unit to hold them back. Castles were deleted. What died to the bombard cannons? Not sure for VVarPath. In the middle, Ranger trying to move in. Oh, it's Ranger back on the menu as well. So Breeze is sitting out this one. What do Inca even do in the... Well, they used to do Kamiyuk Otter. Maybe sometimes they do Trumpy now. Slingers maybe in this matchup, but probably not really because there's the Cav Archers. So it's just Kamiyuk Otter, I guess. Give you a free llama. Well, they're holding quite fine. Khitan camels are here in position as well, but all the Kamiyuks are on the right side. No Kamiyuks to protect the trebuchets for Peon. I sense the bad jokes incoming, so we might have to ban the people from the pole actually, because Peon is struggling. Camels of NuclearPasta are in a nice spot. Light is being attempted here. 16 plus 4, so already 2 relics collected by Ranger. Good job by him. And the Lighters get a clear up here. On the right side, VVarPath still try to deny the trade, but trade is now up for... Actually, whose market is that? No, that's VVarPath's market? VVarPath has built a market for the other team? What the hell? That's VVarPath's market. That's Maldhar's foundation. That's a purple market. He just made a market and Pasta is trading with the market of the opponent. Trade stealing in DM. Why would you make a market here, VVarPath? A bit too confident. Wanted to trade there. Didn't trust Jade. Why would you not trust Jade though? Japanese should be fine here, right? Bit wasteful with the lighters maybe. Ranger losing a lot of them for free. Chemins can maybe do something there. But they can just trade in the back. Oh my god, and as long as this market is up, that's also VVarPath's trade will be made here, right? That's actually terrible. Obviously also enabling the other team to trade. At least Maldhar can't construct his market in the corner. Now he had to make his market here because the market blocks the other market. He's making trade cards. He's making trade cards for the market that he gifted to the opponents. It's VVarPath's straight corner, but it's not his cards. And there's a castle coming up for Maldhar. I mean, he might want to push for it though, but yeah, the other members of the team are setting up trade on the side of the map that they actually control. A bit annoying trees here. Heavy is moving forward, should move forward into the Inca base, but they're just controlling the midfield. Pion doing a good job holding. No CA for Japanese? They made some initially. Not sure why they're not making them anymore. They're making scorpions? Huh? But CA is the unit that's so hard for Inca to deal with. Why are you not making more CA? Good spot, Ola. People asked earlier when Pakistan is playing. Maybe you can have them out. Maldhar's even protecting VVarPath's team corner. What is happening to VVarPath's trade though? I want to know. Let's see when another one gets produced. We have to focus on Jade's successful push towards the middle though. Even though he's not making CA, he's going Scorpion Infantry Japanese. But the traps are so strong that it's working out. Even without the most powerful unit of the Japanese. Trade card gets produced. And it will die to the castle. Yeah, they will die to the castle. Unlucky. He has made another market here. But all the trade will go here. All the trade will go through all the field. Oh no, VVarPath. No. Trade will travel like the elephants on coast to mountain. For Mr. VVarPath. Yeah, I've got no clue why we don't have CA. We have CA for the Khitans, but no CA for the Japanese. Khitan CA are good in Castle Age, not in Imperial Age, while Japanese CA are amazing in every age. But no, we're making scores. It's working though, it's working somehow. The Trebuchets are good enough. The Onagers are a threat to the Scorpions though. The Lighters are also a really strong unit for Rangers, so they're actually pushing on this side. Maldhar with a Genoese crossbow raid. Maldhar, such a raiding fiend. He's raiding with really everything. Genbow raids. Not something we see too often. I mean, if they get into a trade, it's still an archer unit, so I guess that's relatively practical. And Light is not the greatest at clearing them. Also, not really that much army on the field for Rangers, so I feel like he's struggling on resources. Oh boy, and that trade rate might be successful. VVarPath also obviously not being able to make any trade because he has his forgotten market in the corner, and Maldhar is kind of pushing him now. What an absolutely wild game here on Outcrop. Jade is the only one kind of winning his side convincingly, and he's the player with Japanese without CA. While there's just weirdness all around everywhere else. Where's Skirms? We're gonna watch Russia versus Spain on Monday, so if you want to see Skirms in Deathmatch, you should be on this very channel, 17 GMT on Monday. I'm fully expecting that matchup to contain 300 skirmishers per game. At least from Team Spain. Trade rate is being dealt with now by Ranger. Cav Archers for the Khitans fighting Japanese Scorpions. Oh my god. Ding, 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 ding. And this guy is very angry at his water buffalo. Man, that poor water buffalo. This must be so annoying. Yeah, and obviously it's refusing to work now and getting a traffic jam, because if you would have this guy constantly hitting me with a stick like that, I would also refuse to work. Sacre bleu. Pion has secured the trade here. VVarPath. Oh no! Maldhar made a castle. He's gonna kill the market that they're trading with. He's going to kill VVarPath's corner market. Lacra Guile. That was not proper Welsh. Castle gonna take down the market. Oh! Oh! It's a first cheddar and you're pointing out the most important thing on the map. I found it in the meantime while I was busy trying to pronounce your name. But a great first cheddar, welcome to the channel. And VVarPath might soon be able to trade. He's trying to trade. He's trying to trade. And they're going through everything. This is absolute madness in this game. And they're dying to Pasta's castle here. VVarPath is getting wrecked by the market that he gifted to the other team. Kindness not paying out in AoE 2. Scorpion's also not paying out as much. Now that heavy rocket card by NuclearPasta in his place. We're playing Samurai, we're playing everything but Japanese CA for Pasta. There was definitely chances, but is USA losing this game to their weird trading and their weird unit choices? You should get more gold on trading with the enemy, true. I think that would be nice if that was a thing. It's Japanese Scorp, man. This is good cavalry for the Lithuanians. Maybe that can save them. Ranger got his eco into a nice position. Like the resource amounts there. Maybe a bit too much eco, actually. Pion is struggling heavily on gold. Doesn't really have... Well, 37 trade, actually. Why is he struggling so much? Maybe when they will lose the market here, will struggle more. VVarPath's army is still fine. He has 30 on gold, so I guess there's enough gold on the map. So his trade issue is... Man, the market is still up though, right? The trade is still dying in the middle, and he has not noticed that he's not getting any trade because of that market still. Who is struggling? Everybody is struggling! Pion is 200 pop, so he's not struggling. He's dominating with Inca. You need to keep that market alive. It effectively kills VVarPath. It's dead! It's dead! VVarPath is back in the game. Maldhar should have deleted this castle before it took out that market. Now the trade of VVarPath is actually going the right way. Canada being nice to USAC, saving them from VVarPath's abysmal trade. What a chain of events. But on the other side, more chains of events. The Incas are winning. Is eco lost for VVarPath? Only 58. But probably most of those were his trade cards. Do we see that actually? No. Pion is pushing. If only Japanese had an answer to everything Incas make, yeah. Samurai, right? Camel traps! Camel traps! We've got camel traps! For the first time in DM, we have camel trebuchets on the field. Camel trap and raid. They're trying to siege workshops. That's not what they're good at. They're good against other siege units. Against the trebuchets, for example. And they're good at making weird sounds. I did not think we would see them. You guys mentioned them at some point, right? I think it was on the Vinland Saga game though. And I was like, nah, no hopes. But here you go. All the weirdest units are getting made on this Outcrop game. They good against other siege? Well, they're kind of supposed to be. I'm not sure if they're good at... I played one sudden death game. I was really surprised that they took out my trebuchets, and I was in big trouble if I didn't snipe the TC there. But not really seen them being good otherwise. Was so great in last game? Yeah, I had a feeling. Does VVarPath have trade now? He has 13 trade cards. I mean, he could have had 50 if he would have deleted that market. VVarPath is in trouble. Maldhar is pushing him with the Italians. Obviously helps to have trade. Unfortunately, we ran out of ad blocks for this series, so nothing to be done besides subscribing to the channel, of course. Trebuchets are pushing hard for Peon. JadeArrowGamer has not remembered Japanese get cavalry archers. Oh, but the light is stopping it. How many relics for this? 4 relics minimum. Yeah, 4 relics. So Ranger did collect the amount necessary to get the fully reliced up lights. NuclearPasta, yeah. Yeah, Scorps can shoot arrows. It's also not getting green this series. Also barely up here. Trebuchets were killed. Japanese trebuchets trying to take things out, but things have turned for the worse for USAC. Jade tit Scorpion Poles, that feels wasteful. No army anymore for the player in the red. He even has the ranges, he made them initially. I'm not sure what made him switch out of CA. Camels? I don't know why he would ever switch out of them. He was making them at the start, right? He was rushing with them. Broadcast is now for Peon. He doesn't give incentive for more bad jokes with his name, cause Team Canada takes out Team USAC with an eco lineup because the unit choices were choices. VVarPath made an imposter market that his opponents could trade with, and the GGs are called. Unfortunately, USAC had a nice run, made it to the playoffs, but are out, and Team Canada is the first team in the round of 8. You had to tear your pocket, stop sniping camels, and go for onagers? I think your pocket should have told you stop going for scorpions and make cavalchers. That was the bigger thing. Sniping camels? I'm not sure what that really means. Where he was attacking, I guess. USA 11th province, let's go, baby. Well, USA is out. 11th province. I see. Well, it's only the C team, right? But still, it's time to play it, I guess. Just because it's fun to watch Canada in this tournament. I'm not sure if maybe I should do this for every team in the playoffs. Since it's the Nations Cup. They win, play the anthems. Did you notice your trade route, VVarPath? Yeah. That's kind of a big one. It's playoffs, so let's ask him for an interview. I want to do interviews in the playoffs. I'll play the hymn and then drag the Canadians in. Feels so Canadian now? We all do. Ben Admiral Shao. No, what did the poll say actually? I need to ban Keller, right? What was the poll result, mods? Show VVarPath is market? Okay, I will quickly do that. And then we talk to Canada. Nice market. We take it. It's not really not taking that corner. It's that you never deleted this market. And all your trade cards first go into this castle. And then later on, your trade cards go into the middle in order to die to this castle. I'm not really catching it. There we go. Because they're trying to get to that market. But Maldhar was being nice, took it out with the castle. Let's get the Canadians into the voice channel. Hello. Oh, Canada.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Canada. Yep, we're ready.
You can sing the full thing. I can put it on again. You can still the full hymn. I'm fine with that.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
We gotta stay humble because we know next round we might not play our anthem again.
Yeah, maybe. It's getting harder, certainly, but well played, guys. 4-1 victory. How do you feel for being the first team in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, it's nice to have a feel of the new pools and the best of 7. I think it's way, and that's what we were discussing earlier. It's way different than best of 5 and with the 4 pool. It's really different.
Do you like it?
Yes, it's more difficult. It's hard to go mind games and so on because there's lots of good matchup or lots of good possible matchup with those civs. So
There's
it's
no
hard.
obvious throwaway matchup.
Yep.
Well, there was the last game, right? I mean,
Yes.
your civs there weren't
we
the
still had a
strongest.
chance, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I think. Go ahead, Pierre.
We knew they had to win, so they were gonna go with good civs. So we figured if we use like lower tier civ and still have a chance, and even if we lose this one, we still have the best civ going forwards.
Yeah, and it was, I won't say obvious, but there was like a big chance to have Lithuanians, so having Incas, Italians, and Khitans. Yeah, it kind of not hard counter, but like Lithuanian need to respect it. So I think it was good for us in the end. And even like Vietnamese with elephant.
Which game are you talking about right now? It's not from game 1 though.
No. It's let's start. Let's start with the first one.
So we started on Golden Lakes. That went relatively long, and the middle was very empty. I don't know how were you feeling in game 1, and how do you feel? Did it go? The Slav push could have been dangerous on Breeze's side.
Yeah, I will talk for myself. Oh, you want to?
Well, you can go ahead, but yeah, the Slav didn't push too hard. Like I thought, I just had to hold, and we were gonna push on the other side. And the Slav player, I think he sat a bit too much, and it was just comfortable for me. I was just waiting, and when at the end, I pushed it a little bit even. So I thought that went on the strategic side very well for us.
Yeah,
and
I think
we use lesser civs too. So
yeah, and with the civ that we had, like having Vietnamese, Georgian, and Kucharas, I think every one of those civ could handle a Malian rush or a Turk rush. I was a bit scared at the beginning because they were able to mass a lot of big army in front of my base. But again, Malian without the siege engineer and Turks without bombard cannon, they kind of feel not useless, but I was able to hold and push, and with Kuchara's Elephant Archer, I think it was easier to just keep the middle and keep the gold and keep the pressure on.
There was a interesting moment in that game when I felt you were pushing on even ground on the left side against the Malians. And then you guys decided to get into the pit in order to push upwards the hill against 4 castles by the pocket. And what was the thinking behind that? Because I thought you just could have pushed through on the left.
For me, the goal was just to secure the middle, just to make sure that they were not able to put castle and mine from that, because their trade was really unprotected. I knew on the left side there was only one castle, so I really want to secure mid, and after that I would just push with a small army the left side to kill their market, so they would not have gold.
Well, I guess it worked. Can't argue with that. Then game 2, we went to the one where the USAC proved that they're superior to UKA by proxy on runestones.
We made some bad choices there. Went full camels and just lost them to nothing. That was a bold choice, and yeah, that was a bad game on our part. And to their credit, they played well. They pushed us, and we were still holding a bit, but we were getting pushed on the middle, on both flanks. So we just called it, and yeah, it was a bad game for us.
It's that kind of game. Like Lithuanian is a really good civ, but if you go against a camel civ, it's way harder at the beginning of the game just to stabilize. And with Ethiopian, they're so weak, even though they have amazing siege. You don't have good units, so if you fall a little bit behind, and that what happened with the raid. So I try to protect Pasta, but I lose control of my siege army, and once it was clear, once I was dead after that. So like Pion said, I think overall they had good picks, and we didn't execute really well.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised you didn't try to rush Pion. You have Malians with students. Usually you need to do some damage early there, but felt like it ended up being quite the easy game for Jade.
Yeah, and then his onagers had the better range against mine, so he outplayed me that game. Like every time I was trying to do something, it was bad trades after bad trades. So, yep, they played well.
They did, and then went to Coast to Mountain. That was a long one. It started off really well for you guys, with basically completely hindering the US team from entering water. But then it became really tough.
Yeah, I
It's
think
hard to react with elephants. Like if we are caught offside a bit, like it takes a really long time to come back at the right spot. But we had the better trade. We had more wood control, so we felt even though it was a long game, we felt in control for most of the game.
Yeah, we really had early trade, holding top. And the problem with this map, yes, they were pushing strong, but even though you kill some building, unless you kill castle to limit elephant production, like this push don't serve any purpose, because like you're so far away from your reinforcement that like you will eventually lose momentum against elephant. So it's a bold strategy. If it works, it worked. But I think they should have went toward Pasta, try to run him over and kill the trade. But again, that's really difficult. But once
yeah, but there was that scary big push, right? They had the scary big elephant push, and Did you guys?
Yeah.
What was the team chatter there? Because it needed like Maldhar to come down with the hero SO to stop that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly what
we were
Beyond
just
said.
holding a bit. Like I was trying to just hold the elephants a bit and wait until we had SOs. And once that came, we pushed them back.
Yeah, kill the Trebs and at least scare away the Genoese crossbow, which would be so it led the way for Peon Elephant to kill the elephants and the rest. And I had a good shot on the Scorpion. So yeah, after that, like Peon said, our eco was strong. We had the lakes, we had the corners, so we know eventually they would have run out of wood or like we'll out market them.
Yeah, so well done there with the trade. Also, I think you had more sling to the Persians that must have helped, and the elephants moved a bit wildly at the end. And then the set went to Vinland Saga, if I recall correctly.
Yes, Vinland Saga Game 4.
And yeah, well, that was, you invested a lot in that, right? You invested Jurchens and Slavs in that, so that was kind of a must win. Did you think about countering Huns in some sort, or what was the idea there?
No, I just find that this combo Slav Jurchen is super good. It's hard to break, and once you have a good position on the map, like space is really important. So like VVarPath did lose his whole base. So it's really hard to build back. It's not like on Runestone where you just can run away. On this map, like space is really limited, resources really limited. So Slav is kind of one civ that you can make a super big push, doesn't cost a lot. And Jurchen's kind of the same. You can spam a lot of unit and hope to win.
All right. Yeah, congrats. That was a pretty clear victory for you guys. And then you were on match point, and you decided to go with Italians on Outcrop. So you weren't interested in playing them on Team Islands?
Well, we had some other strat cooking for Team Islands, but hopefully we can. We still have that in our pocket for our next round.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't think Italians is. I don't think they have the best navy, but it was just a throwaway map. We're just hoping that they would use their strongest remaining civ, and at the end of the day, it kind of went well. So.
It did. When did you notice what market you were trading with?
At the beginning, we knew, at least me and Pasta knew it was an opponent's market. But yeah, that's something strange.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't notice that
Yeah.
his trade was trying to go crossway, but
yeah, me too. I noted that he had a market in the corner. That's why I put a castle there. I noticed because my market was not in the corner and was like, that's weird. But once I killed it, I didn't fix it. So, but yeah, lucky for us. Like I think he lost. I'm not sure how much, but he lost a couple of trade.
Yeah, you couldn't trade at all, basically, right? He didn't make that many, but
Yep.
it just hindered him from trading. And you made a cast and
Yep.
you killed the market. Wasn't that like a big blunder? You basically enabled him to trade with it.
Yeah, I know that's what I was saying. Just watching the game back was like, oh shit, like because you don't have necessarily have the time to think. Like I was not expecting them to trade that much, but yeah, I should have put my castle a bit forward.
And Pion, how surprised or how relieved were you when suddenly there were no Japanese cav archers on the field anymore after 5 minutes?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's the first time in 5 years that I play a game with Incas, so I just really didn't really know what to do. So at one point, I think that Pasta came in the middle, and that was very helpful. And I really don't know how I survived that game. I was looking at my screen, and I just didn't know what units to do, how to control them. But yeah, I made some good trades. So they were coming to fight my Kaima Yukes in the tight spots, and I think that helped me a lot.
Yeah, counter to a very bad joke that Admiral Zhao is trying to popularize. You did hold on really well in that game with Inca as peon. Have you read Admiral Zhao's joke that had a big influence on the cast with Keller repeating it, and we even voted to ban Keller for that, etc. Have you read that joke, and what is your stance on it if you have?
I think I read it on the last time you casted us. I don't know if it was against NASA or something like that. I don't care. I think the guy that finds it the most funny is Zhao himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that name comes from a French land, from a zone in the 2K1, so doesn't mean too much. I don't really care.
I thought it's like the Warcraft 3 villager unit.
Yeah, but like back in the days, we called, in French at least, we called the villagers peons. So there was this land where most of the people, the name was like son of peon, brother of peon, father of peon, something like that. And
So you were the center of the family. And Zhao just wants to visit the bathroom. Ay. Alright, so that was obviously you had a bit, one can say, luck of the draw there, maybe getting one of the more doable matchups. We'll get a lot harder next round though. You will face either United States A or Brazil. What are your thoughts about your potential quarterfinals matchups, and which one would you prefer?
I would prefer USA A if it's true that is in charge of the picking sieve, which would be good for us. But if it's Brazil, I think we'll have a hard time scheduling. I think it seems it was a bit difficult to schedule, but I think both of these teams will came out strong.
Who are you more?
underdogs,
What are you more afraid of?
against...
True picking sieves or boomstick picking sieves for USAV?
True picking sieve and boomstick playing them. That will be the best combo.
Shots fired. What do you think
we
of
like
your...
being the underdogs. So that's we came in this tournament knowing we are underdogs and trying to win a set or two and a game or two against the big nations. And so far, it's been fun and it's working. And let's see how
you
far
ruined
we
our
can go from
bracket.
there.
I still need to find a punishment for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry,
you could have,
sorry.
yeah, you could have been playing us instead. But
Yeah,
we
I
got,
would have preferred that.
GBA. But yeah, I think both USA is really scary with the favorite improvise true as well. But they have lots of big names. Leech has been playing a lot these days. I think Brazil, it might be a bit less scary because they're not as used as USA to play a Deathmatch. So, but I think they can deliver it well. So I think it will be a hard one.
So Crane is pointing an interesting fact out by asking, to answer his question first, the brackets were random draw. That's the reason why all the US teams can be on the same bracket side. And yes, in theory, you can have a full run against US teams until the finals.
Yeah, true. I think that would be a miracle on Age of Empire. Not a miracle on ice though, but that would be amazing.
I think it's a miracle on mice.
Yeah.
Nice one. Okay, Canada even has better jokes than Chad confirmed. So deal with that, guys. And well played. Keep it up. And yeah, I mean that would be probably the best run for Canada feelings generally if you were able to beat 3 US teams in a row. So
yeah,
that should be a goal.
That would be good. That would be good.
Good luck with that, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations again, and good luck in the quarterfinals.
Thank you, Otter.
Thanks for casting.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was Team Canada for you guys. And we shall move on to the other nation that has French as an official language. It is France. who is playing in the Silver League. That's what we are going to look at next. So let me get everything set up for that. And it's not the first playoff match. It's the first playoff match of Silver League, but let's just call it Silver League. Oh no, France is actually on the right side, right? NASA had a dropout, so they're the third seeded team here. And the French surprisingly finished last of their group in the group stage. And we now watch the French lose. Perhaps, no spoilers. I think might have been cast earlier already, but I want to see it, so let's go. Humor here is really top tier. I agree. Besides Admiral Zhao and Keller, of course. Alright, so let's download. Get everything ready. Alright guys, everything is set up for France versus NASA. I do need a 5-minute break though, and then we go into the next series. Let's see how the French do. I'm gonna be right back with France versus the Space Ferry.